right where it's at.
Okay. Good afternoon, Hillcrest Country Club family. Mark Johnson coming to you from the upper driving range area. Saturday afternoon, beautiful sunny day. We got a little bit of breeze, but all in all, very pretty, nice and warm out today. This is going to be another golf educational session for you. We kind of transitioned through a lot of things so far. Golf swing, short game, what's in your bag, drills, a lot of things. I'll show you actually live lesson. So I've asked one of our staff members to come and let me give him a lesson today. So what I'm going to do is just kind of, I think a lot of people either like taking lessons or they don't take lessons because they are nervous or they're not sure what to expect. Any litany of reasons as to why people put lessons off, but hopefully this will kind of give you a little idea as to what we actually do during a session, the interview process, and how we go forward. So just kind of give you an overview of what's going to happen. Our subject today is going to be Travis Anderson. He's our wellness director. I think most of you know him. Very, very fine golfer, although he's experiencing some issues with his irons currently. So what we're going to do is just the whole rundown. He's going to come out. We're going to talk for a few minutes. Just I'm going to get a little bit of an interview going with him, kind of figure out exactly where we're at with his golf swing, the 411, if you will, the status. And then we'll have him hit some shots, and then I'll do a diagnosis, and we'll try to get into how to fix the problem. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, send them over. We'll get them answered here live. If you're not able to see this live and you want to catch the replay, check back and shoot us an email, give us a call, text. We'll get those questions answered for you. So here we go. I'd like to introduce Travis Anderson. Travis, come on out.
Thanks, Mark.
So Travis and I, we've done a lot of work together with our Golf Fit program. As I mentioned to you, he's a very fine golfer, but he's going through some stuff right now. So Travis, why don't you give me a little rundown on what's happening with your golf swing currently?
It started, the smallest little clubs, wedges, worked its way up into its irons, and even driver where I'm getting all heel, even off the hosel, and it's consistent. It's frustrating.
So to be clear, you're hitting the golf ball in this portion of the club?
Yes, and you could even see it's got marks all on the inside.
Okay. Has it migrated up to the lower, more difficult clubs to hit, or primarily stayed with those shorter irons?
It's gone all the way to my 4-iron up into my driver.
Okay.
It's weird.
So as a result, you probably have a severe lack of confidence as well, right?
It's a lot of mental too.
Yeah. Okay. How about your woods? Do you find that hosel shot happening with the woods too?
Not really. The woods seem to be okay.
Okay. Are you hitting the woods like you normally would, or are they affected somehow? Are you seeing action challenges?
I'm hitting the ball fat at times. If I miss it, it's fat, which is rare on a wood.
Okay.
Normally it's a thinner top.
Okay. All right. So a little bit of an idea of where we're at. Travis has explained he's got some iron issues. He's hitting the golf ball right here on the inside of the faceplate, sometimes even up more towards this hosel portion. This would indicate, there are a lot of people out there have trouble with this word, but it's called a shank. That's the most commonly used phrase for what's happening. And what he's going through is very simple with every golfer. It doesn't matter what level of player. Travis is a fine player, but when you have an issue like this, no matter how good you are, it plagues you, and you need it at some point. You need help. So he explained that that issue in the golf ball here went from the pitch and wedge, 9-iron, 8-iron, and now it's migrated all the way up to his 4-iron, and even his woods are affected. He's got some heavy type shots in his woods. He's probably seen a loss of distance. my guess is that there's some challenges with direction as well. So a couple more questions for you, Travis. Anything physically going on with you that you need to know about? Any joint trouble? Any pains anywhere?
No pain, no joint stuff. I think a lot is right in the head.
Okay, great. So that gives me a lot to work with, knowing that there are no physical difficulties we need to overcome with the golf swing. If there were some physical challenges, we might have to alter our lesson plan to kind of accommodate those physical challenges. But it doesn't sound like there's any, so I think we can just kind of get right into the meat of the problem. So I'm going to have Travis hit like 4 or 5 shots for us, just warming up. And while he's going through these 4 or 5 shots, we're just going to ask him to, tell us, how was that shot? Was it good? Was it bad? What happened during that shot? I know you probably can't see at home the flight of the golf ball, but he'll be able to describe it for us. Sound good?
Full swings?
That would be great.
There's
Inside hosel.
Inside hosel, low and right.
So thin, right?
And thin.
Okay.
No grass taken. Unusually straight and pretty solid.
So that looked pretty good. Is there anything you can tell me about that shot that felt totally different from the previous one?
I feel like it focused on weight transfer.
Okay.
Getting to the back and getting forward.
Okay. How about power? Do you feel like you maybe reduced your power source on that last one versus the first one?
I should probably eased up and swings one time.
Okay.
Take a breath.
Yeah, right. How it feel?
That one felt pretty good. Well, distance was about right. Getting weight transfer, I think slow pace as well.
Yeah, so you folks at home, you hit that one really solid. You caught the club face. It was still a little bit inside of the club face. As a result, the shot pattern was higher, but it was also leaking right. It wasn't, really down his intended target line. Although I'm sure he would tell you he's pretty happy with the solidness of the strike. I think we can do better. So, yeah, a couple more. That's kind of the one that we're after right there. I don't know if we saw that, but that was a low, hard-moving shot to the right. It was very, very emotional. It's just a hard one for us to fathom what we could actually do, no matter what level of play we're at. So, wouldn't you agree? Just an emotionally draining shot.
I feel it on the inside right now. It hurts.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna have you do one more swing. Now we're gonna start seeing if we can't diagnose some of the stuff and help you out.
I never even saw a ball.
Yeah, so there again, that shot went dead right. It's interesting, he's got a lot of good qualities in his golf swing, and he hit a couple of shots really, really solidly. And Travis is a big guy, and he can move the golf ball, so they went quite a significant distance for a 7-iron. And then the other 3 shots were just really, really poor. So what it tells us is that although he's got some good qualities to the golf swing, there's some significant things happening right now, and as a result, the only way that he can hit a quality shot is to time it perfectly. One thing that we know about golf is if we bank on timing, we're going to be in trouble. So we want to get to a place where we make our golf swing, very rhythmical, very methodical. It's a process, and then all we do is we just step up to the golf ball and we just execute. We don't have to worry about timing it. going to time it perfectly all the time. So we just want to make sure that our process is really good. So we want the other end of the spectrum. He hit, two out of 5 shots pretty decently. At least 3 out of 5 shots decently. So we want to flip that percentage. We want that percentage to be out of 5 shots, 3 to 4 that we did, pretty solid. So that's what we want. Okay, so let's start with your address position. I'd like to see how you step into the golf ball and get set up. Okay, so I'm going to ask Travis to just stay in this position for a quick minute so you can kind of see what's happening. But first thing I noticed at address, he's a really tall guy. Okay, so he's really tall. So, how his arms hang is going to play a lot into what that club face does as it comes back to him. While he's got his hands, if we were to draw a line straight down from his chin, you can see that that line is intersecting outside of his hands. We would want that line to be intersecting his hands completely. That's a line directly down from our chin. So what this tells us is that he's a little too close to the golf ball. So we're going to ask him to stand just probably a half an inch further away from the golf ball and see if we can't get that line from the chin a little bit better with his hands. So now if we draw that line, we're in a good spot right there, okay? So the next thing, I'm going to have you stay in that position. The next thing we want to do is, again, with a guy who's as tall as he is, there's a tendency to kind of slouch a little bit. Interestingly enough, his spine angle is very good. He's not slouching, but I do want to talk about this angle right here slightly. We want to get this angle to be a little bit more up and not so severe like that. Okay, we want that up just a little bit. So relatively speaking, we can get kind of a straighter line from the head of the club all the way up to our left shoulder. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, I don't know if you can see from that camera angle, but if we were to draw a line straight up from the golf ball, it would be, we're going to work this meter standing just a little bit forward to the center. It's just slightly too far forward. We're going to have to pull it back just a little bit. For irons, we kind of want that ball position to be right in the center of the stance. So what we're going to do now, just in this first portion, we're just going to have him hit a few shots. And the idea now is just to get him comfortable in this new setup. I don't really care how good or bad he hits the golf ball. I care about 2 things. 1, that he's set up correctly each time. And then 2, that he's patient with his golf swing and he's not trying to kill it. So, again, we're just getting comfortable. So we're going to hit just a couple of shots. Get nice and easy. Just trying to feel that good setup and good patience. Okay. So that golf swing is probably in the Mach 2 range. Let's see if we can get that down to Mach 1. So what'd that feel like?
Felt pretty darn good.
So we haven't changed anything with his golf swing yet. All we've changed is his setup. And in the second swing, he just hit the center of the club face. And he probably hasn't felt that in quite some time, right?
Felt pretty good.
Yeah. So this is a big neon sign that's building how setup is. We have to be super good at setup so that we are enabling ourselves to make a quality golf swing. If we're set up poorly, our golf swing is going to suffer as well. So just be aware of that. Set yourself up properly for a highly quality shot. Okay? Let's hit just 2 more, getting comfortable with that setup. How do we do?
tugged it a bit, but got it off the toe, which I haven't felt in a long time. So I'm excited about that.
So there's a great thing for us to talk about. He said he pulled it just a little bit, but now for the first time in who knows how long he can remember, he hit this portion of the club face, the more towards the toe, and not in here. So a lot has changed with the striking of the golf ball just in his setup. So if we can take this portion of the strike away, we're in a good spot. Okay. All right, hit one more. All right, really good. So we hit that, right down his target line, pretty high. Had a nice little draw to it, tight little draw pattern, probably 4 or 5 yards. I would say we'll ask Travis, but I would say that was 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Not as good as he can hit it, but I tell you what he's been through in the last few weeks, I guarantee you he'd take that all day long right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm smiling.
Yeah. All right, so let's kind of talk a little bit about how a shank really happens. A shank can be caused by a number of things. Number one, probably the most common would be an improper hip movement. That would be a sliding of the hips back and through. If we're sliding our hips back and through, then our hands are going to be held in this sort of position through impact. And then that club face is going to be open as we get down to the impact zone. So we're going to hit the ball more towards the heel. Okay. Another reason that we can create a shank is, and this is going to be more for your better players. Your better players aren't going to do a whole lot of sliding of their hips. They're going to be pretty well competent at rotating, but they can get their plane off quite a bit sometimes. And that's really what happened with Travis here. His plane was off at the top of the swing, and then he was forcing himself to kind of cast or throw the club from here out this way. So now his plane is moving outside to in and across his body. That's why he was hitting the golf ball right here towards the heel most of the time. So just by getting his setup to be a little bit more positive over the golf ball, his plane got a little bit better up top, but we're still not exactly where we want it to be. We're going to have to make one more little adjustment up top with his plane, see where that gets us, see if we can't get that last shot he hit from a 7.5 to an 8 up to a 9 or 10, somewhere in there that he's more used to hitting. Sound good? Sound good?
Great.
Okay.
Great.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get him to set up properly again, have him make a full backswing to the top. Then we're going to have him stop and hold that position for us. So the only thing that I would say here is we'd like to see a little bit more weight transfer to that back foot. We want to see this club slightly higher. So now that it's higher, you can see this left arm has created more of an extended position away from his body. Because that when that club at the top of your swing and plane is lower, that reduces my extension away from the golf ball. So now I have a little bit more curvature in my left arm. If I get that plane higher, now my left arm straightens out quite a bit. Good. So now the big question is, how do we come down? This is where Travis has really got himself kind of in the pickle in the last few weeks. He's come down. Go ahead and go back up there. He's come down from that position up top by doing this, by allowing his hands to kind of throw that club out because he was off plane a little bit too concave right here. So now what we're going to ask him to do is focus on this part of his body, his sternum, his breastbone, or I like to call it your center. So from the top of that golf swing, we're going to try to lead with that center, and then we're going to try to finish with that center. We're going to let our hands lag back behind the motion of the golf swing. let's take a practice swing or two first, Travis. Good extended position away, and then center down. Yeah, very good. So by using his center, he wasn't able to throw that club out with his hands anymore. Yeah, try it one more time. Good. All right, so we're gonna let him loose here and have him hit a couple of shots. But what I want to do is just implore you, be good with your patience here. Okay. Okay. You're gonna see more distance by swinging slower than you will going after it. How'd that feel?
Caught it thin, but it was perfectly straight and really distance I want.
Yeah, so he was on plane. He was in that extended position. He didn't cast his hands out. So there was no chance of a shank. He caught it just a little bit thin is his complaint. So just so we're clear, most of us that shank the golf ball, there's a lot of adjustments that we make in our golf swing to try to account for that. Number one, I think probably the most prolific thing that happens is people have a tendency to try to lift the ball or try to scoop it. Well, when I do that, what is my torso doing? It's coming out of posture, right? So what we're going to ask Travis to do is to get in this postured position, stay in that postured position, and try to turn that center through without coming up and out of posture. Sound good?
Great.
Okay. All right, so how do we do?
Solid contact, little off the toe, little pull, but again, totally opposite of my heel shakes, which is
Okay.
positive.
So we're moving in the right direction, right? So we got him to lead from his center from up top. He was on plane. No possibility of a shank whatsoever. The only thing that happened is his complaint is he pulled it slightly and hit it off the toe portion of the golf club. So now what we're seeing is the activity of his hands starting to take over. Normally, when I say normally, in the last few weeks when he's had this problem, from up top, his hands have done this move here, this cast. So we've taken that out of his golf swing. However, his hands are still used to being active. So what happened there is as he came down to the impact position, his hands were turning over or flipping at the golf ball. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to have you, and this is going to kind of go back to our grip session that I did a while ago. Make sure that grip pressure is in the last three fingers of your left hand. Don't allow your right hand to take over the pressure. Again, be patient. How'd we do?
Solid contact.
Yeah.
Solid contact.
Yeah, so I would guess for the first time in, I don't know, he'd have to tell you, but for the first time in a while, he probably felt lag. So he felt his hands actually following the rotation of the body. Just so y'all know, this is how the swing works. As I swing through, my body rotates forward. So at this point, I'm midway coming down. My hips and shoulders have already cleared through the golf ball. My arms and hands are way back here. This is called lag. So he just now felt that. He's felt it before. Like I told you, he's a fine player. But it's been a minute, right? Yeah.
It's been a long time.
All right, let's do it again. So that's the one we're after right there. That's our 10 out of 10, right?
Mark, you done it.
You hadn't hit one like that in quite some time, right?
Oh, great.
Yeah, so, you know, a couple of things to point out for you guys at home about that. He was super, super patient with his golf swing. He didn't rush at it, didn't throw his hands down at it. He was set up well, giving himself an opportunity to, you know, to be on plane. Remember, we got him to be a little bit further back, hands beneath the chin. We got his angle here to be a little bit less aggressive, so we took his angle up slightly. And then we just allowed him to create a rotation like he's knows to do, but yet get extension with his left arm and create this distance away from his body. So once we did that, all he had to do now is just learn how to come down. And that was using his chest and not his hands. See if we can do that again, shall we?
Let's do it. I'm going to keep myself from getting too excited here.
Yeah, so I would say that's, you know, the swing before was a 10 out of 10. That one was probably a 7.5 or 8. Yeah. You know, I think it was pretty safe to say he swung a little bit harder that time.
Yeah.
When we swing harder, our hands are going to be more active. Remember, that's what we're trying to get out of this. We want to take his hands out of his golf swing. So when we enter speed back in, then his hands start to get active again. So let's do it again, but let's, again, try to be patient, right? Yeah, so again, there's that, you know, 9 or 10 out of 10. Probably just a little bit more draw than he would like to see. You know, normally if we get 3 to 5 yards of draw, that would be kind of ideal. Probably had about 7 or 8 yards of draw there. And all it is now is just practice, right? So he's a little bit excited. He wanted to get after that. He probably hit it just a little bit stronger than he wanted to. But it's just practice now and getting comfortable with what you're doing. All right, do one more. Okay, so, you know, we've come a long way in this lesson, and that last swing was a shank. It's letting you know that, hey, we haven't practiced this yet. This isn't, you know, muscle memory yet. We're still working on it. So there's still some things that his body is used to doing. There's some movements his muscles are used to making that are incorrect. And they're letting them know right there, that last swing, hey, I'm still here. Hi, good to see ya. Well, now we need to practice. So when he hits a shot like that, don't let it bother you. Just move on. Do what you know to do. Again, start with your setup. Start with your extended takeaway. And be patient using your center. So there's a perfect example of how practice works after a session like this, right? So we went, 27 minutes or so just going through the motions of his golf swing, trying to make it better. I asked him to hit one final shot, and he shanked it again. And the look in his eye was, if looks could kill it, he was dying inside. I could see it, but it's all about practice now. So I asked him to hit one more after that shank and just said, look, do what we did to get here. Good setup. Get yourself in a good position at the top of your swing. Use your center and be patient. Focus on that and just execute it. And he did it, and he hit a 10 out of 10, right?
That was the best shot of the day.
Yeah, so it's great to take a lesson. It's great to gain some knowledge of the golf swing. It is awesome to have the feeling that he's having right now where, gosh, he feels like he actually accomplished something and made some moves in his golf swing. And now he has something legitimately that he can go practice with. And I think that's the last thing I want to get across to you is that you've got to go and practice this stuff now. Just because you have an idea what's happening doesn't mean it's muscle memory yet. You got to go work on it. So that's his job now. Take this knowledge, take that feeling of what he had and what he did today, and go work on it and make it, consistent. He wants to just go out there and execute it over and over and over again. He doesn't want to go to the golf course anymore. Oh God, I hope I don't shank this. He wants that thought to be, hey, I'm going to hit this on the screws. Now it's just a matter of where is it going to be, left side of the green or right side of the green. So, that's how we progress in the game of golf. I hope I was helpful for you today. I want to thank Travis for coming in to your homes and your phones and your tablets and allowing me to pick on him today with his golf swing. I think he did great. Feel better?
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I feel great.
So, again, I hope everyone's staying safe, staying sane, staying happy, being with your families. And I hope that today's session helped you become a better golfer. Take care.